Hey folks, TJ here, back with Nerd Edition for Weekly Wrestling. Now this week I'm going back into my TNA library to produce this little event. This is Bound for Glory, Bound for Glory 4 technically actually, and as you can perfectly see. And the reason why I decided to go with this is because, in my opinion, this was probably one of the better Bound for Glory pay-per-views I've seen, actually. And the best of what I thought was the company's golden years, okay? I really don't want to talk much about the company, but of course, here's a couple of reasons why I like this event. One, this event took place in Chicago, and Chicago is usually a hotbed for diehard wrestling fans, definitely in the Chicago area. So definitely, and two, quite possibly one of the best, supposedly the best, in my opinion, stacked cards ever. But of course, for some stupid odd reason, they don't list the matches on the back cover. Just some pretty cool action shots from matches, including that and match from the main event. In fact, that's our main event. It is Samoa Joe and Sting for the TNA World Championship. And what can I say about this match? Actually, a somewhat solid main event. Actually, like above average in my opinion. And of course, let me tell you something. Okay, Sting, when you put him in the ring with someone, you know he can make them look good. Actually, and you can say what you want about Sting, but he is one of the most popular wrestlers ever. And come on, this guy was the face of WCW, and he's had some of the greatest matches. Against guys like Ric Flair, guys like Dallas Page, Hulk Hogan, Bret Hart. Yeah, Bret Hart. But anyway, we put him in the ring with some of these younger guys. He could definitely make people turn their heads because hey, he can really make them stars actually. And we did with Samoa Joe was a pretty good main event actually. Like Sting bringing his thing, Samoa Joe doing his thing. It was just literally a clash of generations and a clash of styles. It was pretty cool. Although I kind of didn't like the outcome or the finish, and maybe like one or two sloppy moments. But other than that, it was a good main event. All right. The undercard. Let's see. I'm gonna go through all the title matches. For the X Division Championship, it was Sheikh Abdul Bashir, or collectively known as Sean Davari, defending the belt against Consequences Creed, better known now as Xavier Woods. Yeah, bet you didn't know that. What can I say? When I think of TNA, I think about the X Division, okay? And I probably said this in a previous review that the X Division is truly a phenomenal division. Like, take the light heavyweight division from WWE or the cruiserweight division from WCW. Take a little bit of that Lucha Libre, put them together, and you get this amazing division, this no limits high flyers fray known as the X Division, and it's freaking amazing. And with an international crop of talent, including Bashir, makes an amazing contest, and it was pretty good. Although I personally did not like the finish. Actually, I think they could have made that a little better. Actually, and better yet, I don't want to tell you who wins. It's a little bit of an upset, and by upset as in not like an upset finish. I'm just saying it just in my opinion just made the crowd a little upset, and my opinion, I'm not the right person. One, just use your imagination. But anyway, getting off topic, moving on. There was a three-way match for the Knockouts title, or their equivalent of the Women's Championship or the Divas. It was the champion Taylor Wilde against Roxy, or Nikki Rox, whatever you want to call her, and Awesome Kong. All right, I'm not gonna lie. Let me say something. Kong, I've seen her wrestle better matches. Taylor Wilde and Roxy, they can do their thing, but then again, I felt they could have done a little more that they had. It was a good knockouts bout, but they could have made it slightly better because I've seen them wrestle in better contests before, especially Roxy and Taylor Wilde. But Awesome Kong, she's kind of like the odd person out because she's a big woman. What do you expect? She's like 270 something pounds, and there's not much that you can do with a behemoth of a person. She can kind of move, but can she do any of these other stuff? Well, she kind of can, but then again, it's like an odd person out kind of thing, and kind of doesn't flow well together. But it was a but then again, it was about they could have made a little better. But moving on. Then there was a Monsters Ball match for the tag team titles. Don't know what a Monsters Ball match is. It's pretty much a hardcore bout with 4 different teams, or they change up. It depends. It was the champions Beer Money Inc. of James Storm and Robert Roode, Abyss and Matt Morgan, the Latin American Exchange, and Team 3D. Pretty much all those teams I just mentioned is pretty much like the cream of the tag team division in the company at that time. And, well, in my opinion, the golden age of the company. Like, these guys, you had the Motor City Machine Guns and Lethal Consequences. I can go on and on. They had some good tag teams in that division. Although, they could have, proved it a little in some areas. But then again, this bout was just pretty much a drag-out fight. Literally, like, what do you expect? Team 3D, they're guys from ECW. LEX, they can also play dirty. And Beer Money Inc. and Abyss Matt Morgan, they're more of the traditional kind of tag teams, not just hardcore. You know what I mean? And it was kind of cool seeing all this. A lot of fights, and there was a pretty cool moment where Matt Morgan flew over the top rope onto the whole pile, and that just shocked the most out of me. Like, yeah, for a big giant the size of Matt Morgan, he can fly. It's just, that's one of those moments where I just say that was impressive, actually. But that was, well, pretty much nothing else I can say about that. It's a hardcore bout, but then again, just like the Knockouts title, could have improved on it a little bit. All right. Let's see. Other than that, 2 other standout matches was a match between Jeff Jarrett and Kurt Angle in the midst of their biggest grudge ever in the company's history. I don't want to get into too much details, and those guys just put on a match, and like they just beat the crap out of each other. And another interesting thing was Mick Foley was special enforcer for this contest, and as you can tell by the back cover, that's a highlight actually. So use your imagination who wins actually. And then another interesting match, in my opinion, almost kind of stole the show, was a triple threat match between Booker T, Christian, and AJ Styles. Amazing stuff, actually. Like, really just take those guys, and those 3 men, and their styles. Booker T with his traditional style, Christian with his cocky, arrogant, charismatic, and AJ Styles with his high-flying technical prowess. You get something amazing, and, like, literally, like, those guys just put on a show. And literally, like, this was the last half of the show. It, like, totally was worth it. Almost stole the show. And what do you expect? It's AJ Styles. He's an amazing guy. Christian, he's pretty cool. And of course, you got Booker T. He's the 5-time WCW champion. Dig it. Anyway, so that looking at that, those are your solid matches, in my opinion. Like those hell matches, and those just makes for an amazing show. The weakest matches were definitely the Steel Asylum match, which was a interesting concept match for the X Division, and the 6-person intergender tag, which was Rhino, ODB, and Raka Khan taking on Angelina Love, Velvet Sky, and Kip James. That was probably the weakest, possibly the worst match ever. And in my opinion, they could have just axed those 2 matches from the show and just saved it for another time, actually. So overall, looking at this, it's entertaining. It was amazing. Definitely, the triple threat match was a standout match. The main event was amazing. Sting, he truly is the icon, and in my opinion, a solid show. That's just me, okay? I'm not 100% sure if this is still available on their website. If not, you can probably find it circulating the internet, right? So, with that in mind, this gets my overall rating of 8 out of 10. All right? That does it for this week. Let me know what you think. That does it for now, all right? Take care, folks.